Oh, YouTube! That's right. The theme of this week's episode of NXT. It's time for a change. It was one of those episodes where it's like, okay, with a live crowd coming back, with hopefully the next takeover being in front of, a takeover size audience, and not just like a Full Sail or a CWC size audience. Was this the start of NXT getting back on form pre-pandemic? What is going on, guys? This is the Club of Demand 1993, and of course, even with a change, I kind of, freshened up the background a little bit with some a little bit nicer and, cleaner, graphics for the current NXT and NXT Women's Champion. So I thought it was very fitting because this episode of NXT, like I said, after Takeover in Your House, was a reality check. Again, the CWC crowd is just not the Full Sail crowd. They were dead, and quite frankly, a lot of the superstars, they did not know how to react. There was a few that, were, like people like, Johnny Gargano, Cameron Grimes, Adam Cole, I'm pretty sure as well. Pete Dunne actually had good reactions too. And of course, LA Knight. But, like I said, with being away, NXT miscasting a lot of people, doing things that you don't know how fans are organically reacting to, then you're going to run into some problems. This show, to me, felt like, done right, what happened on this show is definitely the right direction NXT needs to go to get back on track to be the show that it once was. Not everything on this show was great, but I saw things that made me think, okay, they're starting to put the pieces to the puzzle back together. They're starting to clean up the mess. They're starting to, get some of these superstars either back on track or getting them on, a new track that's going to benefit them in the long run. Such, of course, as Cameron Grimes, who, of course, I will be doing a turn alert for him after this live review, and we'll talk about the face turn for Mr. Cameron Grimes, who wants to head straight to the moon. So, let's talk about what happened on this show. We started by, I accidentally X'd out of something here. Pull this back up. We started off with Mr. Regal coming out. And basically, he just starts mentioning how, things have gotten very chaotic lately, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And he also puts over about how, well, he was a part of putting NXT on the map with Triple H and several other people who made, NXT happen and successful like it is to this day. But he was honest and said he doesn't think he can handle being the GM anymore. And before he was basically about to retire, here comes Karrion Kross. Here was something else that they did right. They had Karrion Kross come out and he was a full-fledged heel. Basically saying, Kross was right in saying that, that Kross believes he can control NXT through his own form of intimidation and chaos. He wants Regal to quit and give up and get out of his sight. So I was just like, perfect. This is Karrion Kross being a full-fledged heel. Like he should be. Again, the babyface run, they tried to make him like somewhat of like a tweener or a babyface since he had returned from his injury, and again, it just did not work. To me, it was too soon for him to try to be pulling off, selling and being more of like, a more competitive match. He needs to be, destroying people. Like I said, being NXT's Brock Lesnar is what he needs to be. Just someone who's super duper tough to build big, dominating monster. That's what Karrion Kross needs to be. But of course, before all of that goes down, out comes the returning Samoa Joe. We all know that Samoa Joe was released back on April 15th from WWE after he was, for about a little over a year, was on the commentary team for Raw, doing a great job, but then they released him. Well, rumors have it, apparently, Triple H was not happy whatsoever that they released Samoa Joe. So he literally snatched him back before somebody else could. Now, apparently, the rumors are that Samoa Joe is not medically cleared to compete. And here's where I think it's going to be a little bit like a hit or miss with this return for Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe right now is selling more for a non-wrestling role that's going to keep him relevant in storylines and such. Basically, Regal offered him to be general manager. Joe's like, no, I'm respecting he couldn't do the job that Regal could do. And that, instead of, being a general manager, why not being more so of an enforcer, like an assistant? And then Regal's like, okay, under a couple conditions though. One, you cannot be an active competitor, which means that for now, he's not cleared to wrestle. But based off what they teased here, they gotta have him wrestle at least one match. Because, obviously the fans are watching Samoa Joe now because they want to see him in the ring. Now, on the microphone, still one of the best. Cut a pretty good promo. He accepted Regal's offer and basically told Karrion Kross to, get out of the ring. Well, shoot. So, yeah, if you want to really, give Kross a tough opponent for sure at this point, Samoa Joe's definitely an option, like I said. I feel like Samoa Joe has to wrestle at least one match. I get it, he's not medically cleared, and it's tough for WWE to clear him with, the history of the injuries he's had. But when you've literally had Samoa Joe return to NXT and tease a match with Karrion Kross, you can't tell me you're going to pass up on that, right? But phenomenal opening segment for sure with Samoa Joe's return again. I popped. I'm sure a lot of people were excited, and well, let's see what he does. If he's going to be just more of just a microphone piece, or if he actually is going to be wrestling someone. He did get provoked, because again, the deal was he's not allowed to put his hands on a wrestler unless provoked. And he was by Adam Cole. He took down. They even had like Johnny Gargano and Pete Dunne throughout the night, kind of badmouth him. And then of course they walk away. But of course that could be teased in other matches like Samoa Joe and Pete Dunne, Samoa Joe and Johnny Gargano. Several of them. Were Samoa Joe and Adam Cole, who, by the way, took a coquina clutch from Joe. But basically, they told Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole they're going to have a one-on-one match. Lost my train of thought completely. Yeah, but we'll move on now. But yeah, great opening segment. Again, I'm excited to see what Joe does. But like I said, if he doesn't wrestle, I feel like that this could be a little bit of a wet dud. But I'm somewhat confident at one point that Samoa Joe will get back in the ring and at least wrestle Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship. We also had Breezango. They defeated Imperium by pinfall, who then take out Tyler Breeze and lay like a flag or something on top of him. Okay. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly were fighting backstage. Regal was trying to break it up when Samoa Joe also got involved. Adam Cole, though, provoked Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe did take out Cole with the coquina clutch. Like I said, you can't be teasing too much here and him end up not wrestling, Kushida also had a Cruiserweight Championship Open Challenge, and, they introduced a new talent in Trey Baxter, and, they actually gave him a vignette. It wasn't like, main roster, who acts like Piper Niven doesn't even exist. Oh gosh, I'm losing my train of thought here. Oh, rats, I keep forgetting what I'm saying. I'm sorry, you can tell me I'm tired. Dang. But yeah. So again, you obviously can't keep teasing us with Joe not being able to wrestle, but he's still doing some taking bumps and whatnot. I think he's going to be ready to have a match with Cross. We'll see though. Kushida defeated Trey Baxter in the Cruiserweight Championship Open Challenge match by submission. Good match. Good, video package to introduce Trey Baxter to the Cruiserweight division. Afterwards, though, we had seen that Kyle O'Reilly had been chilling up on the apron, on the ramp. And he was told both him and Adam Cole had to have singles matches next week, not against each other, but against someone else, just to kind of warm up. And Kyle O'Reilly chose Kushida. Says that I don't want your championship. I just want to have a best versus best next week. Are you in? And he said yes. We had this segment with LA Knight being presented the $1 Million Championship. He went on and on about bragging about how much Cameron Grimes has meant to him growing up. But then he goes, well, now that I got what I want, now take away what I don't need. And he starts brawling and beating down on Ted DiBiase. Cameron Grimes makes a save, and he says something we're going to pay. So it looks like Cameron Grimes is a babyface, which could be a very, very big move for NXT, making Cameron Grimes a babyface. I will be doing a turn alert, of course, on that before I go to bed. But definitely don't sleep on Cameron Grimes as a babyface. I actually think he could be something really big if they actually gave him the time, gave him the place, gave him the story. I'm sure he'd excel with it. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai defeated Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. And then we have, this kind of felt a little deflating. Io Shirai returned, and before she could really get into what she has to say, she's interrupted by Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, who are upset because Io interrupted her confrontation with Poppy last week. So she's holding a grudge against her. And then they have Candice come out, but I'm thinking, why are we doing this again, basically? Lose my train of thought again. I'm sorry, you can tell I'm getting tired. Oh yeah, Io's return. I don't know, like I said, it just, to me, it felt like they were, because again, they've already done Io and Candice how many times? It just felt like it'd be a complete repeat again, But we're doing the order somehow, so we'll see how that goes. With Io's return, but she got beat down by the way, and then that's what I wanted to say. She got saved by Zoe Stark. Now, I like Zoe Stark, but why are we keeping Io down here as being a random-ass tag team? Again, I still say, go to NXT UK and face Meiko Satomura, or even tag with Meiko Satomura, but it's her life. She can do what she wants. And then the main event, we had a tornado tag match with Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher taking on the Grizzly Young Veterans. Pretty physical back and forth match. Eventually, they were able to get Zach Gibson out of the picture, and they took out James Drake, and they are new, probably number one contenders for the NXT Tag Team Championships. So yeah, that's going to do it, guys. I'll check the live chat, then I'm going to bed because I'm super tired, and I will upload my turn alert for Cameron Grimes. But in the live chat, we got JR, what's up, saying imagine next Samoa Joe versus Walter for the UK title, which I'd be pretty good. I'll go for that match. Mark Lassie, Samoa Joe back. We got Robbie in the live chat saying, Mike, just imagine if NXT eventually does a Samoa Joe carrying Cross feud. Imagine Joe coming out and saying, Regal, bring me Cross. Definitely, yes. Mark says he gives NXT a B+. That's a good grade. Rob says hashtag Cool Kyle. Do you think Kyle O'Reilly's Cool Kyle is a knock at Orange Cassidy and AEW? What are your honest feelings towards it? That is a good question. I don't know. I don't feel like it's a complete knock in my opinion. I feel like, in some ways it's Kyle just being organic. Might just not have not really noticed it yet. I mean, I know they give him his own attire and whatnot, but I feel like he isn't a complete duplicate or a complete carbon copy of Orange Cassidy. I don't think he is right now, but now that you mention it, you may get me noticing some more things, so we'll see. But for now, I'm going to say no. Do you think that, again, Cross does defend a title against Samoa Joe, that Karrion Kross will beat Joe? Even if Cross does wrestle Joe at TakeOver Vegas, I don't see Joe winning the championship back, especially not now. Again, I feel like this is just a way to really put over Karrion Kross as a monster for sure, and of course as a heel. It did not take 7 years for Samoa Joe, and with a robot arm, not sure what you mean by that. Hashtag please sign Mike, Io Shirai versus Meiko Satomura. I still wish they would do that match at TakeOver Vegas. I don't think they're going to at this point, since they're doing Great American Bash. They're probably going to have either Io and Raquel have a rematch, or they're going to have Raquel and Frankie there. But I'm still hoping for TakeOver Vegas to be Satomura and Io. That would be, again, a fire match. Pretty darn awesome. Guys, that being said, though, I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired, I'm working overtime this week, so I got to be at work earlier tomorrow. So I'll see you guys later. Again, I will upload my turn for Cameron Grimes before I go to sleep, though, and we'll go from there. Tomorrow, I'm not going to really do anything besides maybe prepare for the Hell in a Cell preview and predictions, and not just relax. I need to relax. Again, I've been working so much overtime this week. But yeah, guys, thank you for your thoughts in the live chat. And that's NXT. Again, I gave the show a B. A B. Again, it's a show that, it's starting to change and get back, and it gave it a good direction, especially with the stuff with Samoa Joe, with Cameron Grimes and LA Knight, Karrion Kross, you name it. They had several pretty good stuff tonight. So I gave the show a B. What were your thoughts on this week's episode of NXT, guys? And of course, with the you think they're heading in the right direction with the change? Make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. And as always, slap a like on the video and subscribe to our content to my channel. And follow me on Twitter at TheManAirBoy93. Until guys, see you in my next video, whenever that'll be. I'm checking out. Have a great night. Sweet dreams, everybody. Peace out, everybody.